that that's a button that I have an issue with. And then I gain my control back, because then I say, I don't care how often this button is pressed, I'm not going to respond. Because there's several things that you control in your life. You control your mindset, your thought process, you control your emotions, and you have a will. I don't care what people say. You can control your emotions. Now, most of us choose not to. A lot of us don't, choose not to. However, when you're more self-aware, you are more authentic. You have a better optimism. You're a more positive person in life. And everything that happens, your growth potential increases. You know why? I know what I want. Sometimes it's not important to know everything I want. By me being self-aware, I know what I don't want. So if you try to put me in a certain position, I'm going to tell you, oh no, I'm doing that. It doesn't work for me. I don't grow there. I don't excel there. See what I'm saying? So the more self-aware you are, you won't apply for jobs that don't apply for you. Now there's a lot of jobs I had in my career that I didn't necessarily like the job, but you perform the best you can while you're in that job. They're paying. So you perform, you give, you go the extra mile, you do all of those things so that you gain what you need, the footage that you need to leap off, because you know this is not your permanent place, this is a temporary place, and you move on, okay? And then you do mindful listening. Now mindful listening is me listening to understand what you're saying, not me interpreting what you're saying on my own. Okay? That's what mindful listening is. That I'm mindful, that I'm considerate for you. I'm considerate about what you're thinking. I'm considerate. So that's what that is. And then being self-aware allows me to build relationships. Now sometimes when I teach this, a lot of people say, well, are you telling me I should be a buddy with everybody in my workplace? I said, no, that is not what I said. That is so far from what I said. I'm saying you should know who you're leading. You should know who they are. And if they're coming in and they have an issue, find out what the issue is. We just dealt with something recently in one of the organizations, and the lady put in her resignation. Had the leader not asked her what the problem was, she would have never found out that the lady has a cancer. And she was backing up because the doctor said whatever the aggressive treatment they had to give her, she could no longer work. But the company has a plan, a policy to take care of it. Not the cancer part, but the long-term disability part. If the supervisor had allowed her, or the leader had allowed her just to quit, you see what I'm saying? So we have to ask questions. Now some of those questions may say, somebody may say, because I can't stand you. Okay, cool, that's okay. You can be unemployed because you can't stand the job, or you can't stand me, or whatever the situation is. That's your prerogative, right? However, ask the questions. So it's about relationships. It's about building